Man, leave it to Disney to cheer me up after a long week. Hey there guys, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. And today we're hopping on Disney Plus to look at the brand new film that was just dropped over there, the one and only Ivan. This film was directed by Thea, Sharrock, and it was written by Mike White. Some of you might recognize that name as Ned Schneebly from School of Rock, as well as the runner-up of Survivor, David vs. Goliath. And this movie stars Sam Rockwell, Angelina Jolie, Danny DeVito, Bryan Cranston, and a humongous cast of really famously talented people. Inspired by a true story, Sam Rockwell voices the titular silverback Ivan. He's the main attraction of a circus within a mall hosted by Mac, played by Bryan Cranston, who is also essentially the one who raised him. But Ivan has started to feel trapped in that cage. And once Ivan finally decides that enough is enough, he teams up with a caring elephant named Stella, voiced by Angelina Jolie, to piece together his mysterious past, and also to hatch a cunning escape from their shared captivity. Before I continue further with this review, thank you all so much for stopping by, clicking on the video. I hope you all enjoy your stay. If any of you are new here, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video by the end if you enjoyed it. So I'm just gonna come out and say it from the get-go. The one and only Ivan is adorable. I mean, what else is there to really say about this movie? I really enjoyed it, surprisingly. This movie was beautiful. It was really well written, really well directed. It made me think of a lot of the old school Disney animated classics in the same vein as a Dumbo or a Bambi. Just adorable stuff here. This movie also does find ways to tinker with your emotions like Dumbo and Bambi do, so be prepared for that. And how about these performances? All really stellar. Sam Rockwell, I think, was a perfect choice to voice Ivan. He brings a certain familiarity in the way he delivers his dialogue, and oftentimes he will in fact break the fourth wall and tell the audience exactly how he feels. Which is a great quality to have. This is a former Oscar winner. I was pulling for Ivan the entire way through. And Sam Rockwell is just a great storyteller. A must. Absolute must for this role. Angelina Jolie as Stella brings one of the most emotional performances of the entire film. Not to spoil anything, but what they do with her character, I felt the waterworks coming a little bit. And on the contrary, Danny DeVito as Bob, absolutely hilarious. You know what's so weird is it took me until after the movie was over to register that this was Danny DeVito's voice. So that tells you how truly amazing this voice acting was. Not just on his part, but everyone involved. Helen Mirren is here voicing a poodle named Snickers who has no idea what the wild is like and is not at all anxious to find out. She was so awesome. How about Brooklyn Prince as Ruby? Ruby is one of the most adorable things I've ever seen on screen. Last but not least, I've got to talk about my boy Bryan Cranston as Mac the Ringmaster. This is one of my favorite actors working today, and he was magnificent as usual. Now, one of the most common complaints I'm seeing about the one and only Ivan is that it doesn't exactly deal with the darker elements as fluidly as other Disney films do. And to an extent, I can kind of agree with that. There were definitely times where those moments felt a little bit rushed. The film didn't exactly give me a whole lot of room to breathe, really, and really digest those emotional beats. But some of the darkness I was hearing about in this movie had to do with Bryan Cranston and his character and what he does. I don't want to get into spoilers, but that's pretty much the extent of what I've been hearing. Of course, no spoilers, but after watching this movie, all I'll say is I loved what they did with his character. It was actually really surprisingly sweet. Another thing, I've got to heavily praise how realistic these animals looked. This is not the first movie like this with a human character taming a random assortment of animals. Of course, I'm talking about Dolittle, starring Robert Downey Jr. That movie was no good. It's because a lot of the time I was looking at a lot of these animals. You know, John Cena voices a polar bear, but I was looking at a lot of these animals and I was like, that's CGI, that doesn't look real, that's fake. I never thought that with the one and only Ivan. I could have sworn that these were real live trained creatures brought on set to film this. It was that seamless. I mean, guys, I really enjoyed this movie. This is one of the most pleasant surprises of the entire year. Extremely welcome in the times we're living in right now, for sure. Leave it to Disney to give us a good cheer-me-up movie. If you guys want one of those right now, this is the one for you. But I do have one main issue with this movie that's holding it from being absolutely amazing, and that's the runtime. I mentioned some of the emotional elements that are in the movie feeling a little bit rushed. not really leaving me much time to breathe and really digest that. That's because this movie's only 90 minutes long. And I feel like if this movie was longer, it would have not only left me time to really digest those emotional beats, but there's also so many characters. I wish this movie got a little bit more time so we could explore all these characters a little bit deeper than the film actually did. It's the same issue I had with a movie like Ratatouille, all those side chefs. The movie was a little too short to explore all of them, and these are all really colorful characters, really distinct. And I wanted to learn more about them, but the movie just didn't really leave me enough time to do that. But besides that issue, man, I had a great time with the one and only Ivan. I'm gonna give it an A-. In a sense, this is what Disney is all about, making us feel better in hard times and just taking us to this magical realm of euphoria for a little bit. Aside from the movie being too short, I really don't have many qualms with this movie. I definitely recommend checking this one out. It's out on Disney Plus right now. Seek it out if you haven't yet. Have you guys seen the one and only Ivan? Are you guys looking forward to watching it? I would like to know all of your thoughts down in the comments section below. As you know, I am always game to talk movies with you guys. And thank you all so much, as always, for watching the video and supporting the channel up to this point. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can on your way out. And please be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video by the end if you enjoyed it. You guys are awesome, seriously. Look forward to more reviews very soon on the channel. Lots more fun content very soon. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.